Russia. Gazprom will need at least a decade to recover the gas sales volumes lost due to sanctions.
This post received a score of 5,500, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
And that's if we stop now. Which we won't.
In a decade, the market for this will be a lot smaller, too.
Not by much. The developing world is going to need a lot of gas and coal before transitioning to renewable. My dad works in the oil industry, and while he's obviously a bit biased, he is saying that a lot of countries are already picking up the slack for renewable.
Sure, but as the technology gets better and manufacturing picks up at scale, a lot of those countries will be primarily building windmills or using hydro or geothermal. There will always be a demand for petro, but people forget the whole reason renewables took so long to break through in the West isn't that no renewables were viable. It's that we were already building large-scale hydro projects a century ago, and all the easy wins were long since taken.
Indeed, huge parts of Africa and Asia are bypassing coal and jumping straight to hydro and wind and solar. Not huge solar parks, either, but small solar and wind parks for their small towns and cities. 'Cause it's cheaper than oil and coal.
This is the exact same thing much of Africa and Asia did with telephones, completely skipping landlines and jumping straight to wireless.
Why people think that they'll go for oil and coal is beyond me.
Humankind will always go for what's easiest, which in this case I assume will be largely solar.
Some unexpected places have also realized that EVs are actually advantageous for many reasons, like being able to recharge it in the middle of nowhere with solar. No need to go to the gas, the power comes to you. I assume they'll also quickly figure out, if they haven't already, they can use the car as their main power source in the evenings, days when the sun isn't shining. It's an all-in-one solution of sorts that also happens to take you places.
Good. Fuck him.
Whatever happens with Ukraine, American and NATO generals must be giggling themselves to sleep every night that Russia has unilaterally decided to remove themselves from the world stage as a serious power. Their military is a tiny fraction of what it was before the war. Their ability to gain trust and influence there will not recover for decades. All countries that have not already become their puppets are galloping towards building alliances and relationships with the West.
Many things can happen within a decade that will cut back on demand for oil and gas, including a global economic downturn and breakthroughs in renewables. They might not return to the former sales volumes ever.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.